I'm just going to get started with some housekeeping announcement stuff, and then Jenna can take it away. A couple of things that have been on my mind. First of all, don't give up. It's not the end of the month. It's close, but it's still not. You still have plenty of time to rock your goals and make this work. And I know we did the Social Savvy Challenge with posting for like our coach opportunity. Kind of, if you watched my training on Epic Dream Team last week, we talked about the jab, 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 hook, uppercut. If you watched that, I know a lot of you are kind of participating in that coach opportunity and then inviting 2 people per day for Social Savvy. I have 2 winners for that I chose for my team. If you guys have others, Sarah and Stacy, you freaking rocked it. Like posted every single day and invited like crazy last week. And I am so proud of them. I wish I could have music on, have like a dance party for them. They did better than I did, and I like made up the challenge. So you guys rock. And I know Sarah had like a crazy weekend, like out of town and everything. And so that was this weekend, right? Yeah. And she still like showed up and did it. And that's what it's all about. So you guys, way to go. And if you participated in that at all, thank you. And that's even a little bit of that last week is a great taste in what you can do. And I know that's drumming up a lot of interest. So Sarah and Stacy, I will be sending you a little gift for rocking that little challenge last week. And Jenny, if you guys have anybody that did that as well, feel free to celebrate your teams if you like. Keep using Social Savvy. That is a great resource that we can be posting really great posts that get traction, or just things that you really connected with in that Social Savvy page. Just post the link in there. Or if you're having a day, you're like, I don't know what to post about. I don't know what I'm feeling today. Go in there and look and see. Does something resonate with you that'll give you a starting point? We don't copy people, but you can definitely use ideas from people they're posting. I think it's common courtesy sometimes to ask if you are going to share like something more specific from their post, just to ask them. But if you put it in Social Savvy, it's up for grabs, that idea. What else do I have? I just posted in our team page about Super Saturday is coming right up. Holy crap, I just looked today and I'm like, wow, that is like in weeks. So Super Saturday weekend is the 24th, 25th. Look around your area and see who is hosting, where it's going to be. There is one in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. If you guys are interested in trekking to me, if you're in my area, I would love to host you. We live in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Come on up and you can stay with me. A bunch of coaches did that in February. You can stay with me. We can go. I would actually come down to Iowa, but we have my in-laws in town that Saturday, Sunday. So normally I would make the trek down there, but you guys are welcome to come stay. I just did a UK training for our potential Diamonds Mastermind that I will be posting in the team page if you're looking for some help on kind of what to do for the UK and preparing for that. Take a look at that. Sorry, I'm going really fast to get through this. We still have our potential Diamond Mastermind that happens every Monday at 7:30 Central. If you want to join us, we would love that. I know Jesse's team's on there. Who else is on there? Jenny's team, my team, lots of us are on there. So jump on Steph's team, obviously. Hey, Steph. Let's see, what else? Oh, Hard Week of Labor is coming next week, and I completely forgot about it until today. That is the 5-day Sagi workout thing, kind of like Sean Week. That's starting next week. And you guys, start advertising this. Get pumped up. This is a really great way to get people interested in Beachbody On Demand for the month of September. Get them signed up with that 14-day free trial. They can try that 5-day thing, with Sagi. If people love strength training, this is a great way to get them interested. You can combine that. I know Lisa Filippetti and I were talking about maybe doing like a hard week of labor, but like associating that with organization and kind of taking control of your schedule and like working labor, that kind of thing with your week, combining that with the workouts instead of like the nutrition workout thing, something a little bit different. So think how you can be creative with getting people involved. And then I was talking to Christy today, and 2 things I want just to be on your radar. 2 weeks during September. I don't know when yet. We'll be having a smaller, shorter version of like Ignite or that epic 4-week business boot camp that we've done. 4 weeks we've discovered too long, too much info. People just fall off. So I agree with that. So we're going to do 2 weeks, and this can be for anybody. But the first week, I think we're going to be focusing on like going Emerald or helping your business. If you have like your spouse signed up or boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever signed up, and you want to get them to Emerald. Like this will be a great chance that first week. And you guys, if you think about it, we've talked about this before. Our business is built on emeralds. You're just getting emerald and making a new emerald, making a new emerald, helping your emeralds get emerald. Like that's what it is. So that first week will be focused on emerald. Second week will be really specific topics in growing and getting momentum in your business. So look forward to that in September. And then October, just so it's on your radar, we will be doing a diamond push group, which is really exciting with other like 15-star diamond leaders, which will be fun. I say other, I'm not even close to that. I meant Christy and her and her peeps. So that'll be super cool. What did I forget? I'm blabbing really fast to get through everything. What am I forgetting, you guys? Okay. Awesome. I see the chat box blowing up. I wanted to say one thing and then I'll let Jenna go here. I think it would be really cool, maybe not next week, but the week after to do maybe, I don't know who signed up, but to do kind of a introduction. I know Andrea and Sarah and I were kind of talking about like introducing yourselves and maybe telling your story in like 2 minutes. Because we're all on here, we're kind of from different teams. Like we're all generally Jenna, me, or Steph's teams, but it'd be fun to get to know each other. Your faces are all here together every week, and I don't think some of you even know who each other are. So we're going to do that here pretty soon and just get to know each other because we're a team. Okay, that's all. Go ahead, Jenna. Take it away, dear.
Awesome. No, thank you so much for all that. Mondays are like my day to like kind of laser beam in and figure it all out. And I feel like my lists of things to do this week were so long because there's so much stuff going on coming up. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about closing without having an expectation of, getting, that person to say yes or anything like that. So one thing that it's the hardest, maybe kind of almost awkward is, oh my gosh, I have a phone call with a potential coach, or, we're getting to that part of the conversation and I don't know how to pull the trigger or, whatever, like having that mindset. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about, getting in that mindset to always start a conversation, start a call, continue conversations with that unattached energy of expecting a close. Because that energy can be sensed if you're pushy or not being yourself because you're so, focused on that closing. So don't ever, expect anything out of it, because the person that you're talking to may not have any idea of what you have to offer, right? They don't know maybe who you are, what you do, what you have to offer that can solve their problems. And they might feel like they're not being heard if you have like this laser beam agenda, right? So I actually had, just a quick story, I actually had a coach prospecting call this afternoon and she wasn't very chatty on the phone. So I caught myself, sharing about Team Beachbody is the best of the best, and just sharing about how I got started and the vision and the mission behind the company. And I like, red flag, Jenna, like you're talking way too much. So I like brought it back to her and started asking her questions and, aligning her goals and what she's looking for, how, we could help, or how we could, solve those problems that she has. So we're not always perfect, but, in the person's head that you're talking to, they might not know what's going on, or they might not, fully understand what we have to offer. And with so many other network marketings out there and MLMs, on the rise, especially on social media nowadays, not everyone is classy, right? Not everyone is, with a genuine heart. So you going in, having the open energy, being yourself of how can I help you and how can I serve you? How can I provide you with a solution to XYZ? That's what we're here for. We're change agents. We are cheerleaders. We are accountability partners. We are people helping people. So 2 pieces, of the puzzle, if you not, going in with some sort of expectation, like if someone isn't if this isn't a fit for someone, I've actually run into that before where if they've had a condition, a health condition, or this, that, the other, and the two pieces of the puzzle just don't fit, then that's fine, right? Don't be desperate. Don't be icky. Don't be sleazy, salesy, whatever, because that energy is very obvious. And one, you're not being yourself, because I know everyone on this darn call doesn't care, when it comes down to it, like, we have a genuine heart, right? So have the energy of, I want to help you, but I don't need to work with you. So, you want to help them, you want to work with them, but you don't need to, okay? Because that way you're going to be successful with helping others, solving their problems, and truly understanding and listening to that person that you're talking to, and not pushing, being desperate in one ear, out the other, right? I don't want to look at the chat box, so if there's like a pressing question or something, I'll get back to it. But we provide solutions to solve problems. So that obviously means we have to be asking questions. We have to be listening. You have to be interested, not interesting, right? So how can you provide a solution? You have to go in with that open ear, an open mind, and ask questions. Listen more than you talk. So I actually got this training idea from a podcast, Rich Bitch Podcast. I know that's floating around lately, and it is epic. It is phenomenal. But she was sharing that there's two reasons why people don't buy. And the two of them are, one, they don't know what they're getting. If you are just word vomiting all of this stuff, like, how is this gonna, what is this? What's the end game? Where are my end results? Right? That's number one. And number two, is this truly for me? So I also, on the phone today, I word vomit, and when I catch myself, because when I get nervous, I get chattery even more so. So I notice myself word vomity a lot. But so number one, why people don't buy is they don't know what they're getting, that end game. How could it, provide that solution? So we as coaches need to be crystal clear of the how and the what. Yeah, we know we have programs. We know we have a superfood shake. We know we have support and accountability, boot camp, challenge groups, whatever you call them. But how is that going to help them? And what are they going to be doing? You have to understand what your person wants. They're going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be confused and maybe nervous because, again, they're not the experts that we are. Even if you've been a coach for a month, you are an expert at something. You're learning the programs, you're learning the products, right? So the person that you're talking to might not even know what the heck hard week of labor is. Okay. So granted, none of us really do. It's kind of a surprise, but you know what I mean? So focus on that person's pain and pleasure points. Okay. Sometimes, when we post on our social media, you're posting those pain points, and Cassie went live in Epic last week and shared about those, those pain points, those pleasure points to really connect with people, because human beings run on emotion. That's it's just like, it's science. It's in our human nature. We run on emotion, and that's where we, truly connect. So, pull questions. Write down your list of questions that you ask people, and really, target in on, those pain points, those pleasure points. What are you currently doing for your health and fitness? What hasn't been successful yet? Why do you, need to lose those 2 jean sizes or whatever? Why do you not allow yourself in the kitchen after 7 o'clock at night? Like things like that. And provide a service, like, to give them what they want. So revert back to those questions that they answered, revert back and kind of repeat them to that person, right? Kind of share with them. I totally understand, your struggles with nutrition and how you find yourself in the kitchen at 9 p.m. We have this amazing superfood shake that tastes like a chocolate Wendy's smoothie. It tastes like brownie batter. I have different recipes for you that you can make hard chocolate. You can make energy bites, like really connect with that person's pain point or pleasure point. And be concrete and darn right confident that you can provide that person with a solution. I know. I I still have one protein left today, and I might make some chocolate. But so number two is this for me, right? And usually the person you're talking to, if you know have your target market niche and things like that, the person that you're talking to, especially on social media, is that old you, right? So listen to where they've been, where you are, and connect your story with that person. I understand what it's like XYZ, or that the feel felt found, right? How we I don't know if that is a Beachbody terminology, the feel felt found. I don't know where that came from, but I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but I found that with this it helps. And make it clear that you understand and that you get this person. We are in a business to build relationships and to help people. That it's cut and dry. And if you are sincere and if you are genuine, you will be successful. Okay. So connect those dots with that person's story, with those questions that you ask them, with your story, connecting the dots, bringing it back to what she shared with you, that deep level of, whatever it might be, and be relatable, right? Sharing your story or sharing how you could provide the solution for someone, it makes it easy to build that trust and to build that relationship when you're being relatable. And again, bringing in those emotional pain or pleasure points. And it makes it clear that, okay, like this worked for you, this might work for me. You shared, you went through the same struggles, or, the disordered eating, you've overcome that, overcame that, using these programs and things like that. Use your story. I love this. Use your story as the glue to show that it's for them. And I love when she said that. I'm like, it's so true. Use your story as that glue to solidify this is a solution, because I'm proof the product works, right? And again, have that niche so you know who you're talking to. So let's see here. What what your person, let's just say, is going through. This is kind of how you could think about it. Yeah, no one wants to be alone, right? So when you're talking with someone, you could say something like, I know what you're going through right now is this, and where you want to be is here, that concrete end game. Let me take it back and tell you how I could provide you that solution and why this is perfect for you. Okay? Your people, obviously, Cassie just said, no one wants to be alone. Everyone wants to feel needed. Everyone wants to feel special. And make it like this is the best effing ish in the world, right? Because it is. So again, if it's not for them, don't push it. Call would be over. Conversation might be over. Remember, there's no expectation. There's no end game. There's no emotional attachment. Okay. Forget the points. Forget all that stuff in the back online office. You are talking to people. Okay. Be confident, open, unattached, and own the crap out of your business. It's serious. So be specific. I'm almost done here, guys. Be specific in, kind of what they're getting, not the tools. What's that why? What's the solution? Okay. So don't be like, oh, I have this week of hard labor for you guys, and we're going to be going over this and that, whatever. Revert back to their why. Bring that emotional attachment back into the game, because that's truly what that person is looking for. They don't care sometimes. They don't care how they get there. They just want to get there. Hence why a lot of people do crash diet, want that quick fix, because they want to get to that end game quicker. So remember, I don't need you, but I want to work with you. Be confident in the solution that you have and the services and value that you could provide. So I have a call to action for you guys, and it's going to be on this team call right now. I want us all to go around and share one thing that you do, or a question that you ask your people, that you think that you've mastered, or that it's a good glue that kind of helps moving in that next step down your funnel. So who wants to go first? Sarah? Oh, thanks, Cass. I could copy and paste that too. Awesome.
Okay. So I I like word vomit all the time, so I'm not very good at that. But one thing just recently within the last couple of weeks I've been really doing, because I've been getting a lot of crickets, like people who are interested like a long time ago and then they just don't say anything. So I just reach out to them like almost one last time and just be like, hey, I didn't know I have this group starting. I didn't know if you'd be interested or not. If not, that's totally fine. Just let me know so I can stop bothering you. Just because it gives them a chance to, like, say something to me so I don't just keep sending, like, message after message after message, and surprisingly, I've gotten a couple that are like, "Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to respond to you," or "I didn't see your last message," and then it opens up a conversation. I kinda word it a little bit better than that, but I kinda give them an out so that way I kinda know if, like, I'm just being that network marketer that they find annoying, or if they're actually like interested or not. That's I don't know. I just started doing that like the last couple weeks, and it's really started actually getting them to like engage back with me. So I don't know.
No, that's awesome. I do like the same thing because it's hard portraying, your emotion via text. Obviously, with email and with Facebook Messenger, I always like to do voice message. Even I'll make a YouTube video and email it to someone and be like, this is totally unlisted, but I hate typing an email and I can't portray, my true emotion. Like, so click this link and watch this video. But what I do is I say, I'm going to sound like a broken record real quick because I see, you've seen my past messages, but you've said that were interested in joining our group and you had blah, 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 as your goal or whatever that might be. I do the same exact thing just to kind of bring light back into like, okay, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I see that I've messaged you three times and you haven't responded, but you said you want this, and that's my job as your coach, to be there for you. So that's awesome. I do that too.
I'm totally going to piggyback off you guys. Something I guess I was doing that I didn't even realize, Sarah, you just reminded me, kind of taking the blame for the conversation dying. So I realized today that I had a lot of conversations on Friday that went nowhere over the weekend. And so this morning I did a whole bunch of follow-ups saying, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so sorry. I don't know where the weekend went. I didn't mean to leave you hanging. They didn't leave me hanging, but I left them, whatever, they left me hanging. I can't believe I left you hanging. Shoot me a message when you have a minute and we can get caught up. So that's putting the ball in their court. And most of them are like, oh my gosh, no, you're totally fine. Like, I was busy this weekend too. You can ask how their weekend was, but it gets the conversation fired back up without the pressure of having to respond about a challenge group or getting set up or about coaching. Like, it's just them responding saying, don't feel bad, and that gets things going again. Yeah. Sarah, are you having a moment?
Yeah, I'm having like a seizure over here. Something I shared this in the Dream Team Dynasty page, but something that I have been trying to just add value to people is if I've carried on good conversation with people, but they just weren't interested, but I feel like I connected with them like a month later or something, I'll just message them with like this little picture. It's like, it's like, you are a beautiful and strong woman or something like that. And so I'll just like message them and be like, hey, happy Monday. I just wanted to remind you. And then I send them that. And I get so many people responding back like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I needed to hear that today. Or that was so awesome to wake up to that in my inbox. So, and then it kind of starts the conversation again, but it just kind of, yeah, I don't know. But that's been something that I have found people respond really well to.
I love that, Sarah. That's awesome. I was going to say, sometimes like I'll have people that are interested and like we're chatting back and forth and like, the conversation dies, but I know that they've said they want in, but we haven't like solidified what flavors they want or like any of that kind of stuff. So I don't want to like just come right out and be like, hey, what flavor do you want? Do you want your discount code, your regular code? Like you know what I mean? Like I don't want to like bombard them. So I'll just make sure they're still interested. So I'll just send them something like, hey, I'm getting ready to close the group. Just wanted to make sure you still want to come in on this round. Like, if it's somebody who maybe has had a price objection, then I'll be like, okay, I know this is, maybe this time isn't for you, but I have a free group starting X day. If I'm being super organized and knowing when that's going to be. Usually it's more like I have a free group starting in a couple of weeks. And then I make a list of those people who I know are interested. So just something I do.
I don't know if this is something that we're supposed to do or not, but I've had some people that were really hesitant with the price, and they weren't wanting to commit to the whole package deal and whatnot, but they were really wanting to key in on their nutrition. And I have just offered them just buying the fixed plan, so just the containers and the nutrition plan, just to get them kind of going, and then add them into the group, and just so they can kind of get their feet wet without a huge investment. But then once they see what they're getting and the group's doing and other people are what their successes are, then I'm hoping that they'll want to just jump in and buy the whole package eventually.
That's awesome, because the National Wake Up Call this morning, I don't know if you guys have listened to it yet, but she was talking, she didn't mention the fixed containers, I don't think specifically, but she says she does that with like the Shakeology sample packs and things. She said it doesn't matter, if it's the challenge pack or the Success Club points, you have to meet people where they're at. So that's awesome.
I also listened to an old National Wake Up Call that in the 4-week boot camp somebody suggested listening to, because it was about Shakeology. And she said that a lot of times people will be like, oh, do you have a sample of that for me, or like a free sample? And so she said, oh God, I can't remember how she worded it, but it was essentially like, yeah, I have this, but it's $5 a piece. And like she charges for it because she said, if you just give something away, it diminishes how like value, it like takes value away from it, so to speak. So, like I had somebody just recently ask me if I had any samples, and I don't. So I told them about like the 5-day or like the sample pack that you can buy. And she also said that it's really important to do it for like 4 to 5 days, because your body needs more than just one day. And I think it's important for people to try it for more than just one day too, because like I know the first time I drank it, I didn't love it. So like I feel like you have to kind of find how you like to mix it and what you like to mix it with and stuff like that too. So I just thought that was really interesting how she said that she never gives away a free sample. She always says, yeah, I do have this that you can try, but it is $5 just to kind of cover, the cost of it and shipping it to you or whatever. She worded it so much better. It was like a July 2013 post of some sort, if anybody wants to listen to it.
Something that I've started doing just in the past few weeks is I watch people that I have formed a relationship with, and then I just watch their pages. And if they're having, like, you can really tell what a person's going through by what they post usually. And I will just find a meme or some kind of motivation and message to them. Like, a lot of it's about being strong women, or just that things will get better if you're having enrolled someone just a few hours ago. And that's how that all came about, was I just sent out some extra motivation just to her because it looked like she was having a rough week. And so I've just found that that's really working well for me right now.
I know you guys talk to people. Share what you do.
Okay, I'll go. Hi everyone, I'm Andrea. My thing that I do that I noticed, so like first message people to invite them to a group. Like one of the questions we typically ask is, do you want to join me for my next group? So notice that like when people respond, like, I'm not really interested right now, then I feel like the conversation or small talk about health and fitness, like, do you have any health and fitness goals? Like, are you working out right now? You know, are you drinking protein? You know, what's your diet look like? Like, I try to ask those questions first before I invite them instead of just like general small talk. So just probably something simple. Maybe you guys already all do that.
I love that, Andrea, because then you're learning their pain and their pleasure points before you've invited, so you know exactly what to address. There's like no hesitation. You have that covered. That's really cool. I love that.
All right, guys. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you haven't responded. But yeah, that's really all I have. So just started to, especially on IG. That's awesome. So Sarah, how do you search hashtags, or like how are you, let's say, finding Instagram people? Is it people that are just following you now, or how do you start those conversations?
So I just kind of started getting more comfortable with Instagram, which is silly because I just feel like that is where I can just totally take off. But it's hard for me because I get on and I get like lost in it. Like I search hashtags and I just am lost for like an hour and I got nothing accomplished. But yeah, so what I started doing is I started messaging people who are liking my posts or start following me. If I go to their page and I start like searching them and going through their page, if I see that we have something in common, I'll just say something like, hey, thanks for the love on my post that I I don't even know. Thanks for showing me some love on my post. I just recently started following you and I think that you're so inspiring and uplifting. Are you on your own health journey? If it's somebody that looks like maybe that's really stereotypical. Sometimes I say, are you on your own health journey? Or I say, are you a coach too? Because then that can lead into a coaching invite. So I just kind of base like what I see on their page, because some of them you can tell like they're just starting in their journey. And so then I say, how long have you been on your health journey? And then sometimes it's like people who are in the gym like all the time and like do muscle competitions. Not really. I usually stay away from them, but because they're intimidating to me. But I do like I kind of base my questions off of that. But it's one of the easiest ways for me to get like a coaching invite out there.
Awesome.
I just shared very quickly in the chat my 2 ways of just like talking or getting a combo started. And that's not specific to coaching or finding challengers. That's just like starting combos. And that can be, I think the second one I've been using just to connect with UK people. And the other one is more US, just because I don't want to be like, hello, join me on Facebook. So take it, leave it. But yeah, Sarah, I'm hearing similar things to what I do too. All right, guys, if you want to stay on and chat, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to stop recording. Make it an awesome week and rest of your month. September's coming for us. We still got time.